instantly. I'll give that a try. Man, that was instant.
This is how I made $20,000 selling my old motocross gear and parts, and you can do it too. But as an ex-privateer and professional motocross racer, I was always struggling to get by with how expensive the sport is and how much money it takes to compete at the professional level. And not only that, even if you're just a weekend warrior, this sport is extremely expensive, and any funding and any extra dollar you can get always helps. So when I was racing, my professional career, if that's what you want to call it, was from 2018 through 2022. I know I wouldn't really call it a career, but I was racing the professional circuit, 4 or 5 years there. And it was extremely expensive. I was always looking to make extra money. I was always trying to find a way to help fund. The sport was basically draining my pockets empty at 19, 20 years old. A little bit of money you have at that age you don't. It was literally taking every single dime. I was down living near all the training facilities in Cairo, Georgia at the time. I had friends, giving me their old parts and selling me their old parts for really cheap. And I would turn around and flip them and sell them and use that money to fund my riding at the time, get me tires, chains, sprockets, gas, all that stuff. But at the time, there really wasn't an outlet outside of like Facebook Marketplace to do that, and kind of like a friends and connections type deal. But shortly after, I kind of got involved with MX Soccer and the MX Soccer crew. And the vision there was to always make and create an outlet to allow people like me and just the average rider to be able to take their old parts and sell them. Now, if you're not familiar with what MX Soccer is, basically a marketplace like eBay, combined with like Facebook Marketplace, combined with like OfferUp type deal for the motocross industry and motocross specifically. Although I do know there are some other sports on there and they are working to expand. Mainly motocross right now, and if it wasn't for that, that literally funded my racing at one point. And I feel like not enough people in the industry know about it. That's kind of why I'm making this video. But I feel like it's such a useful tool. And even this year alone, I think I've made over $20,000 just extra cash from parts and gear that I had laying around that literally would just be collecting dust on these shelves back here if it wasn't for that. And kind of dealing with Facebook Marketplace and stuff. If you've ever sold parts on Facebook Marketplace, you know how like it feels just kind of sketchy. It just doesn't feel very safe. But back to my main point, I was always struggling to fund my racing and kind of make ends meet while doing that. So what I would do is I would go to my close friends, go to anybody I knew that was kind of getting deals on parts, and be like, hey, like let me, I'll buy your old parts for cheap. You want to just get them off your hands. Otherwise, most of the people I knew were throwing those parts away, throwing them in a dumpster. And I looked at that like free cash almost. Basically like a dumpster diver. And I'd turn around and sell them to the MX Soccer guys, or sell them on Facebook Marketplace or eBay or whatever, local connections, whatever I could do to get into a profit and fund my next race is what I was doing. And what that's kind of snowballed into now is the MX Soccer platform, where you can literally do that without all of the hassle of like Facebook Market. And this year alone, literally everything I had moto that's just been sitting around, turned around and sold it on MX Soccer. And I don't want to call it free cash because at one point it costed me money, but it's extra cash back into my pocket. Even though I'm not racing now, it's still expensive. Buying parts, gas. The sport is extremely expensive. Even though I've kind of been involved with it from the beginning, I still try to preach to people, and kind of why I'm making this video again is because I feel like a lot of people are leaving just cash out, or they're throwing literally $100 into the garbage just because they have an old pair of handlebars that are in perfectly good condition that they just don't want to use anymore. Or, old boots. Like I've been lucky enough to be able to find deals on boots on the app, because boots are probably one of the most expensive and the most frequent things that I bought. I've been able to find a deal. Say I get a brand new pair of SG12s or SG22s for like $300-400. I wear them for 6 months. Okay, they're getting used. Kind of want to get rid of them. I sell them for $300-400. I break even, I get a new pair of boots for that. Not trying to sound like a sales pitch at this point, but I felt like it was important to kind of make this video. And with the way things are going in the world right now, anybody that rides a dirt bike and people in general are really trying to save some cash right now. But that's about it for this video. I know it was kind of short, no like crazy looks or anything, so I'm sorry to the people that are clicking on this expecting some crazy video. I apologize, but I felt like this is good information to get out there, and especially while I'm sitting here hurt, I wanted to take the time and kind of make a couple videos to get some information out into the world that I feel like is needed. My last video was on a subject that I really felt like I needed to get out, and this one as well. If you haven't seen that, I'll drop the link right here in this video, so you can go and check that last video out. And I encourage everybody that's watching this, that's interested in making a little bit of extra cash, go ahead and download the MX Soccer app or head to the website. You can find some pretty sick deals on there, and you can even shop from pros like me. I know there's a ton of privateers on there selling all their old gear, all their old parts, and you also have the ability to shop with an expert is what they call it. It's basically a text between like yourself and either a pro like me or Jeff Walker or Emig or something. You can ask our opinions on literally any product on the site. It's pretty cool. But yeah, just wanted to kind of get this information out there. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.